Yo, remember when she told me I should travel more? Now she message come home whenever I'm abroad. Let's have it right. Not so hot, let's check the Fahrenheit.
Right, just approaching the bench that I'm going to lace up at. Today is 12-kilometre progressive mile repeats. Essentially, it's like 5 laps of a mile, except the mile is broken up into 4 splits of 400, each one getting faster. Which is why I've come to the track, because obviously each lap is 400 metres, so each lap is a new pace, a new split. The main point of this is, I'm trying out my marathon shoes. I'm trying out the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4s, which I'm absolutely fucking buzzing to use. I tried out a few other ones at the shop, and I've tried out ones that I've ordered and had to return because they didn't fit me. And these ones actually do. So we're going to try them out, see how they feel. And yeah, a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. It has just been hailing and now it's just windy. So I didn't bring my gloves, but game's a game. Look at them, beautiful. I've already really done my explanation of this, so I'm going to get to it because I've setting off for this run a lot later than I initially expected to be doing, which I will explain the reason for afterwards. But not a day goes by that I will not do something that I say I'm going to do, even if it means I'm doing it later than I should. First time in carbon plated shoes as well, so yeah. Exciting times, exciting times.
Aye, young boy at the top of the block with a white front door in the corner subtle. Cool boy always in trouble, why you think his brethren called him Knuckles? 10 years old in beef, dad thinks streets taking over me. Mumsy praying for me, but there ain't enough beads on the rosary. Raised by the wolves from young, but still in the jungle like Mowgli.
Crocs in the box.
When the oldest speaks, so
let's get warmed up then.
Supposed to be. Choosing a split by the lift, it be what it be and it is what it is. It said if I tried it, they wildin' and kicking my shit cause it isn't for kids.
I feel fucking agile.
4 floors on my ting where they live. If a fam never moved out to Harrow, her dad was a pastor, her Marge was Paro. I take a daughter off the calm and narrow. You with the peppercorn, yeah I know it seems kinda deep, but they thoughts was shallow. Split my whole...
Immediate first impressions, you need so much less effort to hit a pace than with regular shoes. The regular easy pace that I use is like 6:15, 6:20, and I'm just going there, it's at 5:40, 5:30, and I feel like it was doing the same effort. My heart rate is again the same. It just bounces you. It just keeps you rolling. Honestly, I'm gonna stop waffling because I'm excited to see how it goes.
The day that I met, like the day that Tom met Jerry. Only out of his hole for the cheddar, whether he knows if the coast is steady. Ready, one eye on the road like Fetty. First encounter, Don was a youth, while under pursuit he was only 11. Like getting me, stole with his brethren, they asked him his name and he told them it's Kevin. Bright-eyed copper, most likely his wife he divorced. No more than a fortnight on the force. Young lad undergrad had a light for the law, but he saw something about Kevin. He saw a cold look in his eye while booking his guy like why I ain't telling. In his mind he indicted the felon. Every day is like hide and seek. If I lock down 2 in the morning, tell me by night why I see 3. Dotting and crossing the I's and T's. I know you couldn't hide from me most of your lives and it's fine by me. If you do time for the rest of your life.
First point of call, how was the shoe? The shoe was fucking fantastic, to be honest. It's obviously my first time feeling a carbon plate shoe on my foot at all, like running. So I wasn't used to how fast it was really going to feel. And it did. It felt very fast. Every time I went to faster speeds, I felt more comfortable being faster than I did actually slower, which I think is kind of the point. And they also felt quite comfortable and squishy. I think when I got further down into the harder stages, they were less bouncy and comfortable, but that's just because my legs. But to be honest, overall, I'm very confident in the shoe. And we're 45 days out now from the marathon, so I'm just more looking forward to the actual race now than I am being nervous for it. There's this quote that says discipline dissolves doubt, and you see I used to have doubts at least up until I think about 70-ish days out, just over 2 months out. I was still feeling a bit like, oh my god, am I going to be able to do this? But then I've done more and more long runs, more and more faster sessions, and I felt comfortable in them, and I felt more confident as it goes because I've been disciplined on my plan. And that is simple. Discipline does dissolve doubt. So I'm not anxious for the race anymore. I'm not dreading the deadline. I'm just looking forward to performing, really. And the reason the run was done later than normal because I was meant to run at 11 o'clock and now it's 5:30. I've just finished. Is because over these past few weeks, I've been procrastinating a little bit. And I used to do this a lot. I used to procrastinate loads, And I sort of found myself dipping back into it. And then I remembered what I used to do to get over it. So I reapplied it just in a sort of different manner. It's organising things in significance and not volume. If you organise things simply based off the fact of how long they take and how big the task is, that's not necessarily going to clear your procrastination. You have to do the things that are going to weigh heaviest on your mind. And the thing this morning, editing the YouTube video, that was going to weigh heaviest on my mind all day. I couldn't come out here and perform at 11 o'clock to have a decent run if I knew that I had a full YouTube video to edit. It just wouldn't work. And even if the run would have taken longer than the edit, which in the end it didn't, that doesn't matter. Whatever you are most stressed about is the thing you need to face. You see, the thing about worrying, anxiety, stress, procrastination is that they are all problems that happen because of thought. They're all thinking problems, which means the only way to get over them is through action. Often what people do is they try think about the problem, and you can't think your way out of a problem like this because the problems stem from overthinking in itself. So if you try to think more, the problem is just going to get worse. So really what I'm saying is, if you want to get over these sort of things, then you have to meet them head on. You have to go at them with action if you expect to overcome them. It's Friday now, just about to go 7:15, and I'm sat down now eating my breakfast and planning the rest of my day. The reason I tell you this is because I do this every single day. I'll sit down with my breakfast for maybe 20 minutes or so and just plan my entire day. It may seem a little bit excessive to do it for 20 minutes or even sometimes half an hour, but for me it feels like sharpening the axe. It feels like I'm making my tools more efficient, so when I go to use them, they work extremely well. And that specific tool being my time. But it's also another thing that helps kill my procrastination. When I don't know what I have to do, or specifically when I need to do it, I'll find that at the end of the day, the time just sort of seems to disappear. But when there's a routine in front of me and I know exactly what I'm doing, all I have to do then is follow it. So, I've just got back from the gym and something sort of clicked on the way home that whilst I was thinking about how I'm going to edit this YouTube video, last week's video I didn't make it how I wanted to make it. The reason I set out to do a day in the life was so that I can share not just what I'm doing, but how I'm feeling whilst I'm doing it, the things I'm going through, and essentially the things I'm kind of struggling with at the moment. And ironically, I think my inability to make the video how I wanted it to last week is actually something I'm sort of one of my issues at the moment. I find it really hard to express how I'm feeling to anyone but either to myself out loud or literally to pen and paper. And I think that's due to the fact that when I started this whole self-development thing, when I started generally trying to just better my life in any way, shape or form, I had to do it all myself. Like, it was so taboo to do what I was doing. I started this when I was like 15, 16, doing like nofap, and it was just weird at the time. Like, everyone just hit puberty and everyone was like, oh yeah, I'm just doing, you know what I mean? Everyone was just sort of like a lad's lad, and everyone was just, couldn't wait to go out, party, drink alcohol. People couldn't wait to literally do everything that was degenerate and everything I didn't want to be. And while part of me also did want to experience those things, it didn't feel right. It never did, which was weird to me. To be honest, I thought it was just part of the fact that I was a late bloomer. I thought I just hadn't hit puberty yet. I didn't understand it. But now I'm sort of starting to think that maybe the fact that I felt a little bit isolated was potentially the reason that when I set out to do this self-development thing by myself, you know, to better my life, that everything was intrinsic, everything was internal, everything was isolated. So now whenever I feel like I'm got an issue, or whenever I feel like I'm thinking something or going through something, I don't really like that term, it feels so foreign to tell anyone about it. I don't want to, like, the people that I care about the most, literally my loved ones, if you can, whatever you call them, right, relationships of any kind, I can't express to them how I feel about anything. I can't express to them half the time what I'm even doing. It feels so unnatural, like actually physically makes me blush, like it makes me feel nervous. My heart rate increases, I can hear my heartbeat in my ear, my stomach sinks, like I get weak in the legs. It's a really weird feeling. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start saying things on camera that I'm feeling like to the deepest level, and I'm going to post it and upload it, but just to get used to opening up about stuff I'm going through, really. I hate saying going through. It sounds like I'm fucking depressed and shit, but it's to just express what I'm feeling, really. So that's something I struggle with. I don't really know where I'm taking with this, but what I'm hoping is that you can sort of find something from my deepest introspection in these videos that could apply to yourself. Not just entertainment from the music or the cinematography, not just inspiration from the way we live, but also actually physically learning and having a connection. Because something I fear in my own life is losing connections with the people that I actually deeply care about because I wasn't able to care enough, because it's one of the things that feels foreign to me. I don't know how to express what I'm thinking. And I don't want to lose a connection with like an audience. I don't know, we don't really have an audience. There's not many people that are going to like really care what I'm saying or going through, right? But if I can develop a deeper understanding, a deeper connection with someone, even if that has to be strangers who click on this thumbnail, strangers who randomly click on this video and get to this point, this far in the video, then that's what I'm going to do. So
yeah. Yeah. I'm off the clock, permanently calling shots like Dick Vitale. Shake up the world for sure, no Richter scale. Blindfold the truth from youth, I lift the veil. Please don't fuck with me, living a dream. Secretly I've seen the things you see on the screen. Recently I fiend for weed, I needed to dream. Niggas ain't paid they dues, I need receipts. Please don't fuck with me. I've been through weather and storms, torrential rain. My penmanship just pencils instant pain. Came from 9 to 5s, afraid to fly till I earned my wings, and now they wave goodbye. Took me 30 years just to get it started. Longest the tombstone says artist. Dreamville to 96 Bulls, taking all y'all power, breaking 48 laws. How about it? I played my cards and changed the odds, my nigga. How about it? I made it through hell with blocks from heaven, my nigga. How about it? I played my cards and changed the odds.